And joining us now from Cairo, Egypt is Michael Bufano. Mike, how you doing today?
Feeling lovely, Adam. How's it going?
So we're gonna no, we're gonna jump right into the conversation about big data. Big data is the topic of the day. Big data is the big topic of the day. So recently, there's this OkCupid study that was by researchers in some godforsaken European socialist hellhole. And basically, the study the study was open access, so everyone can access the study. But it revealed 70,000 users of the dating website with lists of their usernames, gender, location, sexual preferences, and all made available to. And nice, neat little data set. So I don't know if you two are familiar with how OkCupid works. But basically, you go in there, you put in a username, and you could even put your own name as your username if you're so bold. Check me out at Adam Simpson's 69 on OkCupid. No, but
Adam, I've got a little rule, Adam. You have to expect that some way, somehow, it's going to get out to other people. You just have to know these days that.
Look, Mike, I'm just trying to dress up like a squirrel and get treated like a dog. That's all. That's what I'm into.
That's confusing.
Well, it might be confusing to a novice, but I'm a pro, and I live the furry lifestyle, and it's my right as an American.
This conversation's gone down all sorts of wrong directions, man.
That's what it says in my user profile. No, I don't know. Yeah, nice, neat little data sets. So what basically normally OkCupid works? You get on there, you're like, hey, I like someone putting a foot in my mouth for an hour. And then it tries to find someone that's like, I want to put my foot in someone's mouth for an hour. And then after that, you like go on a date. You go to dinner, and then
and for dessert, you have some foot.
Exactly.
Oh,
Exactly. Yeah, I don't know. But when you log on, basically, the only people that can see your information usually is other users of the site, and you have to go into someone's profile and like search for the foot and mouth question to see if they're into it. Part of the algorithm is they factor in like thousands of questions like butt stuff, mouth stuff, foot stuff. And I should say, OkCupid, some of it's like, do you prefer to pay for dinner? It's not all about just
Adam,
stuff you do with your body parts.
Adam, you seem a little familiar with this website.
So it's sort of public. I mean, really what it is you give this, you're giving this information so that this dating website can find you a woman that'll put up with your, all the leather that you're into. Or a man or something else. It's 2016. But, yeah, and I don't know that anyone ever intended for their, location, their username, all of this stuff to be put out there for public use in a really easily accessible data set. I mean, one could argue, and it was definitely, in the OkCupid case, it's not a leak, but AshleyMadison.com, that was a leak. And suddenly people went from an expectation of privacy to all their secrets being put out there that they're looking for.
I just wanted people to know that I like a woman to dress up like a nun and spank me with a fucking riding crop. I don't want people to know my address.
Exactly.
That's personal.
Yeah. Exactly. Well, yeah. I mean, Mike, you really have no sympathy for the people of OkCupid, degenerates like me.
Well, it's not just no sympathy, but I also think that people have to lighten up when it comes to people's sexual preferences, and we're all a little weird in one way or another. I think we just have to come to accept this, and the internet has really revealed that there are some really strange individuals out there. Most of us are pretty weird.
And there was a time when these strange individuals would never had hope of finding each other, But if I were born 100 years ago, I would never be able to find a lady that was willing to dress up in a newspaper and call me. I don't know where I was going with that, but yeah, it doesn't make any sense. But anyway, yeah, it's one of the gems of modernity that you can find someone that's equally as crazy as you.
Me and Adam were talking about what if Franklin Roosevelt's sexual preferences have been leaked and we found out he was a kinky guy. I mean, wouldn't that hurt his public perception? And I was like, it probably would, but it shouldn't, because it doesn't do anything to his track record, his professional track record.
Yeah, there was that one movie where he got an HJ, and I felt it was scandalous.
Movie?
Yeah, it was in a movie. Bill Murray as
Oh, really?
Franklin D. Roosevelt got an HJ from Laura Linney, I believe.
Interesting.
But
Really
Franklin,
relevant to the big data conversation.
but I don't want to. I don't want a president who hadn't gotten a hand job from Laura Linney.
Laura Linney was playing someone else, I should say.
That's why that's why I'm a Bernie supporter.
I think after Bill Clinton, nothing that a president does can shock me.
No, well, you're not representative.
Oral
of the
sex
United
is
States.
shocking.
Well, it's not in terms of. I mean, the guy had affairs with all of his interns, and the guy was. I was getting
All
a
of
blow-
them, even you, Steve.
It wasn't like classy like JFK, where he's
Not the.
hold up, wait, you fucking Marilyn Monroe like in the president's bedroom.
Yeah, and then had her killed. It's classy,
from
classy
his
stuff.
interns, man. I mean, this guy was that. So yeah, there's a little bit of a difference between Clinton and JFK. But no, there's nothing that would surprise me with most of it. As long as they're, legal, man, and it's consensual, I could not give a rat's ass.
But the
what people are
the
doing
American
in
people,
the bedroom,
the American people, we like to deceive ourselves into thinking any little thing we hear about. People are always like, what about in the future when people of this generation want to run for president and all your information's out there? People found out that you went to a kegger in high school. Like, are people going to be like, oh my word, I couldn't vote for someone like that.
No, I mean, I just feel like at some point, we're gonna have someone running for public office, and we'll be like, "Did you know in 2016 OkCupid leak, Ted Cruz Jr. posted that he wants some lady to go pee pee on his tummy?" And
you went straight to Ted Cruz there, man.
well, to his children.
But are we? But at that point, we're probably not going to care anymore. I would think because we're going to be slowly.
I mean, but this is kind of why I wanted to have this discussion. Like sex is probably the most private thing that we do. Probably, maybe. I mean, all the murder aside. But is this going to be kind of a cultural artifact that, like, hey, back in Nana's day, no one knew that she was into having strangers choke her a little bit.
I think we're just gonna. I think we're gonna redefine. Sorry, Mike. I'll just say this quickly. I think we're gonna have to redefine what privacy is, and I think we're gonna have new ways of maintaining that privacy. Mike, go ahead.
Well, I think there's a difference. Let's say if I'm having sex in a bedroom, right, and some perv comes walking into my room and takes a picture and then runs. That's violating my privacy. But if I decide to be like, Mr. Wiener, that politician from a few years ago, I take a picture of my junk and I put it online. That's just you being a little frisky, and if people end up seeing that, that's kind of your fault, I guess. You get what I'm saying? Like, you kind of deserve it if that type of stuff does get out.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I don't know if you deserve it. You can't not expect it. You can't think that's out of the realm of possibility. And I also think that it's so odd that in this day and age of Facebook and Twitter, where people want to make their lives so public and take pictures of their food, and then they're like, well, hold on, I still demand my privacy.
But I don't know. Here's the thing. We would all be really uncomfortable if there was a drone that followed us around everywhere, hovering and just with a camera on us constantly. I think we all agree on that. But the level of data that is collected by all of the services that we use, where we go, the purchases we make, the people we talk to, this is a lot.